Okay, welcome back. This week we're talking about the grand staff with the G clef and the F clef, which you've started practicing to draw. And we're going to see how they actually are like keys to a map. So the G clef is telling us that this line where that blue dot is the G note, the one that you play in your right hand with your pinky, right? And that this note over here is the F of the F clef, and this is on your left hand with your pointer finger, your index finger. Okay? So this is a G, right? And this is an F. Now, in the middle of your two hands, and in the middle kind of the piano is the middle C. And it actually lives also in the middle of the grand staff. And you see, because it's in the middle of the grand staff, we had to add an extra line, right? And it's like a tiny little line there, and that little line is called the ledger line. So anytime you're above or below the two staves, you're going to add a little ledger line to make it go higher or lower. All right, so now a way to remember that middle C, I always try to make it more accessible for my students. What word starts with the letter C? And because I always have a cat, I always encourage them to remember it with the C of cat, right? It's like a one whisker cat. That ledger line is almost like a whisker, right? So that's one way to remember that. Now, let's take a look how this is like a map, okay? It's a map because the G, F, and the middle C map to the keyboard. And if you look at it on the left here, the G of the G clef is up there, right? So you got to turn your head kind of sideways. And then you got the F of the F clef up there, and then the middle C there. So if you were playing piano sideways, it makes a lot of sense, right? So the problem is that we don't read music sideways, right? But this allows you to see the easier way it maps, right? By doing it sideways. So, but we look at music this way, right? I mean, we look at the keyboard this way, and the music is above, right? So this is how we're going to start seeing the G of the G clef is right here on the G, right? And then going down from G would be one lower than G is F, right? And where is that on the keyboard? It's right here, one lower on the right hand, right? So let's keep going down. We got the E, and then we get the E, right, on the keyboard. And I'm using the same colors that you are using, right? We got the orange D, and we get the D there on the keyboard. Then we got the middle C, and here's middle C on your keys, right? So if you were going to go from your F of the F clef, we can walk up on the left hand, and this is a different position. Let's say start with your pinky on the green, right, on the left hand, right over here, and we're going to go higher towards middle C, right? So that's the G with the next finger. Your middle finger will now be on A, and then you're going to go to a B, the gray B, and then middle C with your thumb, right? So this is how you can go up from middle from the F clef F to middle C, and the other way we were coming down from G, the G of the G clef down to middle C. So I have some worksheets for you this week. Work on those, because the more you actually do the worksheets, the more it'll be easy to remember. Okay, enjoy that.